called My Gift Goes Forth, and it's by Heidi Mueller. And there will be lyrics for you to see. My gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied 1,000-fold, as the universe says yes. Yes, as the universe says yes. Let us sing it again. My gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied 1,000-fold, as the universe says yes. Yes, as the universe says yes.
As the universe says yes. Say yes. Yes, because you are an individualized expression of the universe, of God, good, love. If it's comfortable, I invite you to soften your gaze or close your eyes and just give a gift to yourself right now to pause and simply become aware of your breath. Relax into this moment of right now. To pause right now and to sow bountifully into spirit. So bountifully into your consciousness and idea of love. An idea of blessing all that shows up. All. Even that stuff that does not feel good. We bless it. We become generous with our blessing of life. We become generous with our blessing of ourselves, our blessing of each other. We bless all that is. We bless all that is, because even here in this individualized expression on playground planet Earth, as we grow in consciousness, we realize that blessing anything blesses us. For in the fullness of spirit, we are one with the one. We realize that cursing anything curses us, because we are one with the one. So we intentionally and with deliberate attention bless life, that our love might go out to heal the world. In healing the world, we heal ourselves. I say yes. I say yes and bless. Holding this divine idea in consciousness, let's pause for a moment and simply be aware of our breath. And as the monkey mind comes back and tries to pull us away in different directions, let's just say yes. And return to our breath for just a moment and know our oneness with the one in the stillness. I am generous and I say yes. I say yes to God, blessing all things, knowing that they are for my best and highest good. And I open myself to divine understanding, to divine wisdom, knowing that this is God's life and I am living it now. And as you're ready and with a gentle breath, bring your awareness back to this place and time where you are on planet Earth. Knowing in spirit we are together. We are one with the one. We are one with each other. And we sow bountifully. Yes. 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 This we name, this we claim in the name and as the nature of the living Christ that is breathing us now. And so it is, and so we let it be. Yes.
My gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied 1,000-fold, as the universe says yes, yes, as the universe says yes. Once more, my gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied 1,000-fold, as the universe says yes, yes, as the universe says yes. And as we prepare Todd's message, I'm going to sing a song that I believe it was originally written for Nina Simone. And it's called Please Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. Lord, you understand me now. If sometimes you see that I'm mad, don't you know, no one alive can always be an angel when everything sometimes seems bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. You know, sometimes that I am so carefree with a joy that is hard to hide. And then sometimes again it seems all I have is worry, and then you're bound to see my other side. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. If I see magic, I want you to know I didn't mean to take it out on you. Life has its problems, and I get more than my share. But that's one thing that I never meant to do. Hey, I'm just human. Don't you know I have faults like anyone? Sometimes I find myself all alone, regretting some foolish things, some simple thing that I have done. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh, Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I said I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
I may need a moment to recover from that song, Deidrey. That was haunting and beautiful and on point for me today. Oh, and are you feeling better, friend? I know you're gonna have to unmute now. I don't know if you stepped away. Who's there? Huh? She's not talking. She wasn't feeling great. Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
talking
say
to you,
that
Deidrey.
again, Rev Todd.
I said, are you feeling better?
I am feeling better.
Because y'all, that was amazing to me. And I'm like a little bit like can't talk. Deidrey, thank you. That ministered to me today. Misunderstanding that. I mean, that's, y'all don't know. I've told you before, I got to turn these lights back up so I can see my notes. Uh, I give her this word salad, sometimes on paper, sometimes in a conversation, and then somehow, some way, she reaches in and pulls a string, and that happens. And today's talk is called "We All Limp." We all limp. Boy, is misunderstanding involved in that. the image. We all limp. When I was, yeah, I spend some time trying to figure, the right and perfect image for each Sunday that I want to send out in the newsletter, and then Kath magically makes it work for everything. And Kath, thank you for that. And as I was looking today for an image, we all limp, and I came across this image, and I remember being in a grocery store one time and somebody not paying attention and running into the back of my heel. Y'all ever had that happen? Woo! On social media this week, I saw another minister who was doing a talk, and she's like, when something bad happens, curse words should not come out of you because curse words should not be in you. And then another creator, it's called stitching. They stitched that, and somebody else walked through and they stubbed their toe, and she went, Mary, did you know? So I get it, we all occasionally limp. This title, We All Limp, as you know, we're doing the Ordinary Mysticism, Mirabai Starr's book. A reminder that I'm not in my 30s anymore. We all limp. This is a quote from a friend in Mirabai Starr's book. We all limp, Carmen tells me. Only for most of us, the wound is invisible. We all limp. The wound is invisible. She reminds me about the biblical story of Jacob, who wrestled all night with an angel of God and in the morning was triumphant and renamed Israel. The part that people tend to forget, Carmen points out, is that Jacob's hip was dislocated in the battle and never properly healed. Jacob limped for the rest of his life, but he also found the Holy One through the portal of his struggle. We all limp. I had to go back and look. I'm like, remind me why Jacob had to wrestle the angel. And I know some of you were thinking the same thing. Why did? To earn the blessing of the Lord. Now, in Unity, we know that we don't have to earn the blessing of the Lord. And so I, of course, have to go do some more research. And then what I found out is that, and this is from Charles Fillmore's notes, all through the Bible, life is compared to battle, yet not war. The battle is the Lord's. The Lord does not fight ignorance and evil, but the foundation of all existence being good, the law is constantly reducing all error to its exact standard. Our struggle, our wrestle, when we are Jacob wrestling with the angel, our struggle is in allowing the spiritual to overcome the material obsession that we have. The obsession that we have about how things are supposed to be, how other people are supposed to act, how the dog should behave. I'll tell you all that one another day. So we all limp because every day we have opportunities to wrestle, to have these battles, right? The battle, not a war here on earth, but that battle in consciousness that is the Lord's, that is the law, that is mind, idea, action taking over in our lives to come forth in fruition that which we desire. But sometimes we invest our energy in that which is untrue, that which is limited, that which is lack. This is Jelani, who's been to visit, and delightful. I've been to lunch with he and Lissa once, and When he was in living in New York City, he played at the Church of Religious, I think he played for Raymond Charles Barker. That he was the musician for Raymond Charles Barker. And some of you are going, who is Raymond Charles Barker? Raymond Charles Barker was trained at the Unity School of Christianity and ordained in 1940. And then at the request of Dr. Ernest Holmes, he started and opened the Church of Religious Science in New York City in 1946. When I was recently in New York last fall, I found a book by Raymond Charles Barker. I've never seen one, and I couldn't wait to buy this. There is no virtue in pain, poverty, or unhappiness. You know, when I first read that voice in the back of my head, the wise one, you know, the one that when I was 9 said, "You'll do this with love." When I read that, it said, "Say that again." There is no virtue in pain, poverty, or unhappiness. Unhappiness has never improved a living soul. It cannot increase your good. It cannot increase your area of good. It will only diminish it. It warps, destroys, and contracts. The infinite can only release its ideas into the consciousness that is at peace with itself and enjoying the experience of life. Enjoying the experience of life. And sometimes we limp. But did you know that even while you're limping along, you can still enjoy life? I didn't know that for a long time. I had some beliefs. I don't know if y'all know this. I had some beliefs that you really, really had to work hard and long just to pay your bills. And happiness was, you know, not in there at all. And through the teachings of unity, I was able to overcome a lot of that. There's still roots that sometimes show up, and I got to dig them out. But I was able to, you know, now, a little more than 20 years later, I'm living an amazing life doing what I love. And every Sunday when I stand up to speak, and there is a part of me that is limping and the wound is invisible, and my prayer is, please don't let me be misunderstood. Please let the message of truth come through me and touch someone else. Let it awaken in them the truth that they are love. Let it awaken in them that they not only have available to them and deserve, but can in any moment have their own mystical experience, have their own encounter with that which we call God, good, love, or one of 1,000 other names. Because that personal relationship, that personal experience, that is our divine right. Knowing that we are one with the one, being awake and alive to the truth that I am one with the one. When we are awake and alive with that truth, is it even possible to be in that place of unhappiness that Dr. Barker talked about? I don't think so. I think when we are alive and awake to that truth, there can always be sadness, right? Because sadness exists in us. It's one of those things that came to pass. But standing in the joy of being one with the one, being in the presence, having an encounter with the divinity of life. How lucky are we that we can do that? How lucky are we that we can have that experience over and over and over again? And we're working towards understanding. We're working towards being the presence of love. And it's not always easy because we limp. Sometimes somebody runs up on our heel with their grocery cart. And if we're not careful, we don't start singing, about the love. I recently read a story from someone I know and love and respect and who ministers to me. And they had visited a grocery store that's a little bit out of their way. It's a fancy grocery store. I looked it up. It'd be kind of like, I'm used to, truth be told, I'm used to shopping about once a week at the Piggly Wiggly in Beaufort. If you don't know, they have the best options, the best variety of keto bread that I have found. But the Piggly Wiggly, when you look at fancy grocery stores, is not high on the list. This grocery store would be like driving all the way down to Emerald Isle so I could go to the Publix. Because, that's kind of like the clouds part and the angels sing and everything's shiny and there are unicorns running up and down the aisles. And so my beloved was in this grocery store, and someone started talking about her in a foreign language, not knowing that she understood the foreign language. You ever heard somebody talking about you? They didn't know that you heard them. I think I'd rather have somebody run up on my heel with a grocery cart and make me limp. We're all walking each other home, and it is in this investment of life and love and energy, where we are seeking to know ourselves as love, and then that happens. You don't always want to sing Mary, Did You Know? You don't. And the sad truth, in this manifest playground of planet Earth, there are bullies on the playground. There are bullies on the playground. And sometimes while we are waiting to wake up to who we are, and sometimes while we're waiting on other people to wake up who they are, in our full humanity, we can show up and be a jerk. You ever known that to happen? You ever been that person? And the worst part about it is, I don't know what it is about stories like this, but boy, do they reach in and grab a hold of our heart and try and infect it. But we have just as many other stories that are not based on the unhappiness, that could radically increase our happiness, our joy, our ability to love one another. But we focus on those. I had an experience, back before the holidays. A friend of mine was in town visiting and wanted to go to dinner. I wanted to introduce him to Coastal Hayes. I don't know if you've been to Coastal Hayes down in the Swansboro area. It's a hamburger place. I love it. And it was after 5, and we went to dinner, and I was like, I was going to get, do I want tea? I've reached that age where if I drink tea after 5, I'm going to be up all night, and y'all are going to start getting crazy messages. And so I didn't. I ordered water. I ordered water. I was so moved by my cup of water that I took a picture of it. I was so moved by my cup of water that I kept my cup. But then I did nothing with it, and I got distracted by all the unhappy things, the rude people who didn't say thank you when I thought they should, the people who cut me off in traffic. I love it. I love that somebody's laughing at that. And I kept the cup, and I found it in my car this morning. I thought, okay, this is serendipity. This is divine coincidence. This is a water cup. It's not printed. It's just, it's your regular old plastic cup that you get for water at a restaurant. And someone took the time to write on it, "The world is a better place with you in it." I should have taken time to share that story instead of stewing in the stories about my friends who get hurt, instead of stewing in, the person who ran into my heel with their grocery cart. Instead of the shame statement that a friend made when I was sharing pictures of my vacation, rubbing it in, I was trying to share my joy. Now, did that person do anything wrong? No, they were being them. And sometimes I'm a bully in the playground of life, and sometimes they are. And sometimes you're going to get bullied in the playground of life. And I pray that we all awaken to the mystical experience of knowing that every encounter is an encounter with God. Can be an encounter with good, can be an encounter with love, so that we're not the bully on the playground. Because if we want to change the world, we have to start with us. If we want to change the world, we have to start with us. And so we can't be the bully. And it also might mean that sometimes we have to stand up for the bully. And sometimes it means we have to take a deep breath and we have to go, "Oh, please, God, don't let me be misunderstood." Thanks, friends. I appreciate you letting me share today. I love you very much.
Thank you for your message, Rev Todd. I love that statement.
I didn't, it went right out of my head because I was channeling, and I have to give. Is this okay?
Yes.
That was Deidrey's story. She heard someone speaking in Spanish about her in a grocery store. So this didn't even happen locally. This happened in another country, and people who were speaking Spanish were talking bad about her. And it hurts my heart because here I hear people in English talking bad about people who speak Spanish. in our community, or people who dress differently, or identify differently, or love differently. And so I have to heal the bully in me, and then I heal the world. Thanks, Deidrey.
Thank you, Todd. I like your statement about I think you said every encounter, whether it's with a bully or whether it's within ourselves, is an encounter with God. And it is an opportunity to let love or light, love and light in. This is a beautiful song by Stowe Good. All my life I tried to hide the cracks within my soul. God forbid that you should see what no one else should know. Day by day it wore me down, this aching pain inside. But I had no choice but to set free what would not be denied. Beautiful brokenness, love will always win. Beautiful brokenness, that's how the light gets in. From the shattered pieces of a life tattered and torn, something lovely rises up, and I have been reborn. Day by day I wake to someone I have never seen. Who'd have guessed that I could ever love someone like you or me? Beautiful brokenness, love will always win. Beautiful brokenness, that's how the light gets in. Out here in the open, I have freed my soul. Somehow being broken has made me whole. Beautiful brokenness, that's how the love and light gets in. Beautiful brokenness, that's how the love and light